Hello, you beautiful people. Welcome back to another Tony Tuesday. And as you can see, unfortunately, we are without our host, Davi, one more week.
Yeah.
Oh, what's going on here?
Where the hell did you come from?
I'm back. We're back, y'all. We're back. Hello, you beautiful people. My name is Davi. I'm joined by Abe and Charlie. Welcome back to another Tony Tuesday.
How you doing?
And for our viewers and listeners, we hope you guys are doing well. Just a quick heads up, this episode is also available on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, specifically the discussion portion of the show.
And if you want to watch Uncut, you can be a member here on YouTube or join us as a patron on Patreon. The link is in the description for the Patreon, or you hit the join button right next to the subscribe button for the YouTube membership. Both are $5 a month. We give you a countdown. You just have to have your own copy of the episode and watch along the entirety of the show with us.
And if you're new here, y'all, please consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell so that you can be notified for when you have a new upload. And also, y'all, don't forget to hit the like button, y'all. Please like this video. We love you guys. And also, happy holidays and a happy new year. Merry Christmas. And before we start this episode, I want to ask you guys, what is your top 3 Christmas movies? Also, comment down below as well.
Yes, let us know yours. Charlie, this was your idea, so you got to start.
Yes.
Shoot. All right. Top 3, not in any particular order because I can't choose. Christmas with the Cranks because of my mom.
It's got to be
obsessed
there.
with that
Yeah.
one.
Yep.
It's great. Tim Allen. Love it. Jingle All the Way. Arnold Schwarzenegger. And Sinbad.
This kid wanted a Turbo Man so bad when he was a kid.
Yeah, when I was a
like
kid.
crying because he couldn't get a Turbo Man.
And my dad, not knowing that it's not a real toy, was going crazy
Went
everywhere
looking for that.
to the stores. Like, I need a Turbo Man doll. He was literally just
literally
like-
Arnold.
Yeah, he was literally Arnold. And they're like, sir, that doesn't exist. So, yeah. The third, why am I blanking? I had the third. Oh, Home Alone 2. Classic. Has to be.
Oh, damn.
That's
Yeah,
a good
that's a
one.
really good one.
Yeah, Home Alone 2.
All right, I'm gonna take 2 of yours because I think that we share Christmas movies in the same household. Christmas with the Cranks is literally like it will play at least 15 times in my household during the holiday period. 15 is probably a conservative estimate, but it always will.
Even not during the holiday period.
Yeah, that's true.
At some point, it's on.
It's on.
Christmas is in July, like doesn't matter. So yeah, Christmas with the Cranks is a classic. Also, it's like overhated, like on like the Rotten Tomatoes rating is so crazy. Actually, I saw a Twitter thread. You know how film Twitter loves to relitigate movies, and they'll be like, "This movie's actually trash. Or this movie's actually good."
Yeah.
Someone was relitigating Christmas with the Cranks and being like, "This movie is not as bad as everybody says it is." And I was like, "Shout out to this person," because it's a fine Christmas movie. There's really nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
I will also take Home Alone 2. It's a
classic.
It's a classic, yeah. And then I will pick the most recent, I think, which is going to be a Christmas classic, which is The Holdovers.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Paul Giamatti, Dominic Sessa, Alexander Payne
Yeah.
is the director. A fantastic film. It's like when I first watched it, I told people that it gave me the same feeling as like watching Good Will Hunting. Just like it felt like a classic when you're watching it, and just subject matter, all that stuff. But yeah, it's such a good film. Recommend you watch. I think it's on
Peacock.
Peacock.
Should be on Peacock.
It's on one of the streaming sites.
It's on a streaming service. I'm pretty sure it's Peacock.
So go watch it if you haven't.
Mine, I love The Holdovers. Even Charlie know this.
Did you just see it in Alamo?
I saw it actually. My girlfriend surprised me on Saturday because she knows I love the film, and she surprised me for Christmas to go see a rerun of it. And I didn't know. I showed up and we saw it yesterday, and it was a really good experience. So The Holdovers, Frank Capra's "It's a Wonderful Life." If you guys have not seen that, it will instantly make your top 3. Like, I don't doubt it. It is a beautiful, beautiful Christmas film.
I have never gotten around to watching that movie, to be honest.
It is so good, so good. Third one, this one is just because I grew up with it, and I know you either love it or hate it. The Polar Express.
Oh, man.
It's like you're either really into it or you will honestly hate it and be like, no, this movie sucks.
Every holiday season, I get that lookalike kid with the glasses, nerdy kid on my
The meme.
TikTok. Yeah, the guy who looks like him, literally looks and talks like him on TikTok.
Oh, I'm so dead.
Yeah, that movie, I love it, but always going back to it, the animation's a little
Yeah,
weird
I think
to
it
me,
was.
but
I think it was
cool.
the first time. Well, one of the first times that they were using motion capture in cinema.
Oh, interesting.
I think it was. I think, don't quote me on that, but I think it was one of the first.
That
few
actually
projects,
makes sense.
Which I think it makes sense to how the animation is and everything.
Yeah.
To me, it's like, it's not a movie I dislike. It's actually a movie I really like, but I have to be in the mood to watch it. Honestly, it's a great like indoor, if it's snowing outside, like cozy movie to throw on. Like I think it's a good movie, but I don't watch it very often. But yeah, it's a good one. Everyone had good answers.
Yeah.
Very good.
With that being said, y'all, I'm forgetting the number. I'm
Actually,
caught
we
up.
got
Actually, we have comments.
Oh, I forgot about the comments. See,
all right,
that's
see?
how you know, man.
Rookie.
Yeah.
Hey, listen.
We're getting
you did
back
a
to
great
the-
job in the intro.
No, I was actually gonna say like
2 weeks away.
Yeah, I was gonna say he actually
Great job.
killed that. I don't know how he was able to do that, but when you do it that many times, I guess it makes sense. Thank God I don't have to do the intro anymore, guys. God bless. This first comment here actually comes from Lake Cambrian, and it says, "If you are watching The Penguin, Kristen Milioti, Sophia Falcone is one of Johnny Fatt's
So I was right
daughters."
with that picture.
Yeah.
From a couple episodes, I think beginning of the season.
Yes, and somebody else commented, but I had actually said it. I think in one of the episodes, one of the FBI agents is the guy who plays Johnny Vitti in The Penguin as well.
Oh, is she the one that was complaining about the his family only talks about food
Yes.
or whatever?
Yeah, that's her.
Ah.
Why is she always got a food thing, bro? Because in The Penguin, she's got like that
that's
weird
true.
thing with food. That's interesting. The next one here comes from Caesar Plays Games, and it says, "What Tony was noticing in the lead up to the fight was all the masculinity around him. It started outside when he saw Bobby, who mentions how much weight he lost playing basketball. This makes Tony feel inferior, not only because of the surgery, but because his own weight is ballooning. After that, all the shots focus on stereotypically masculine images: biceps, tattoos, drinking beer, Bobby sweating after the game. Then, of course, he picks the strongest guy and makes an example of him to reassert his dominance and reinforce the fear that they all felt towards him before." Great scene.
Yeah, it's a good scene.
Yeah, really great way to put it. I also think I noticed that, but I just couldn't put it into words the way that Caesar Plays Games did. But yeah, that's exactly right. I think masculinity was a big reason of what led up to that fight. Somebody else also made a good point. I want to say that they said that guy that he beat up, the driver, was the only one who wasn't a made man. So it was kind of the only real target that he had. Otherwise, it would be a problem. So yeah, I think there was the motivation there was really just Tony trying to reassert his dominance, and everybody's potentially seeing him as soft or helpless.
Yeah.
And he wanted to reassert that. So
I have one little hole to poke there. If Tony was complaining the fact that you don't lose fat while he's in a coma like that, you lost muscle. Muscle weighs more than fat. Wouldn't you have lost a lot of weight? I don't know.
I don't know. You just went down a rabbit hole that I wasn't thinking about. But Dr. Charlie, you will find out and report back to us.
Yeah.
Maybe that's him stepping on the scale again. He was 280 last time or something like that.
I don't know, bro. Last one here comes from GB Razor. It says, "When Johnny said he doesn't have the balls to step up and be a boss, he was talking about Rusty, because Rusty would just manipulate another captain to run for the throne while he stays in the background calling the shots." Yeah, Rusty does seem like that kind of guy. He always seems like a little bit of a lurking guy that just tries to get other people to do his bidding.
Yeah.
Versus like an actual boss. That's probably what he was pointing to there.
Although, the thing is, I didn't really, maybe it's just because I missed cues, but I didn't get the impression that Rusty was really after some sort of leadership, like wanting to take over boss role or anything. So I don't know why Johnny Sack feels threatened by him.
I also think Johnny's potentially just feeling threatened in general by his whole situation and everything that's going around him. But I do think that there's a little bit of like, Rusty's a weasel. Like that I know for a fact. Like he's definitely somebody who tries to go around other people's authority to get his own you know, stuff done. So I can see why he's weary of him. I don't know if he wants to be the boss, but
Well, the thing, now that I think of it, he is like loyal to Carmine, and I guess Johnny Sack doesn't really love Carmine like that. And yeah, that's where things get iffy. But yeah, it's interesting. I want to see more of Frankie Valli and see
boy.
his demise.
hey, how do you know he has a demise?
Sorry, his potential demise is what I have to say.
All right.
Yeah.
Please don't spoil.
Hey, man. Clearly, we know what happens. He leaves and he goes after a singing career. So,
Yeah, you're right.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
What happens now?
With that being said, y'all, episode 6, Live Free or Die.
Isn't that the New Hampshire motto?
Yeah. Are they going to New Hampshire?
Oh, live free or die. Yeah, that's the live free or die state. The daily routine. Sit by the pool with the newspaper in a robe and PJs.
Got like a button down on though.
Look like pajamas to me.
Yeah. It's
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
It looks like a nice dress shirt from here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Oh my, he's gonna be
Is it the bear? No. Well, that's not good.
Yeah, definitely not.
Pretty sure it's supposed to leave a cover on that. Can only imagine what this man would do if we gave him an iPad instead of a magazine.
You coming?
The UV index is 10.
We don't do anything. We don't eat. We don't go out. And knows we don't do anything else.
That all you ever think about? Sex?
All I ever think about, you haven't f***ed me in over a year.
Blood sugar. I told you, the weight loss.
That's supposed to help, I'm pretty sure, brother.
In over a year, it's wild.
Thing we talked about at the wedding?
You made the call to Italy.
Our friend over there's gonna fit him for a suit. She's sending over two of her best tailors.
So I should meet him at the airport?
No, they're gonna call you when they arrive. Now you hook him up with a third party. Get him some scissors.
Pew pew.
Oh, here's the guy he beat up. Oh, he's all bruised, bro. Ooh, 2 black eyes.
Fine. A couple stitches, you know.
My fucking temper, you know.
No. It's okay, really. Never should have raised my hands to you. I'm sorry.
As long as you realize.
It's gaslighting, bro.
Who's this dude following them?
Should I know you?
Kevin Mucci, Yonkers. We met at the Trotters, Sal Ayacuzo's cousin.
Right. Hey.
Connected?
I saw my cousin this week. It turns out he ran into a friend of yours, the big guy, Vito.
He was the one that was.
He was in a fag bar, dancing with a guy.
The f out.
Uh-oh. Took that long enough to get out, though. Like, jeez.
Eesh. Oh my God, this is gonna be a big deal.
They pulling up to the bar? Oh, no.
Oh my God.
You are not gonna fucking believe this.
Vito Spatafore is an ass muncher.
Oh! Vito was spotted in a bar in New York.
By who?
The kid's cousin, allegedly.
He's a married man.
What a go on? He saw Vito holding hands with a guy in nipple rings.
You're leaving out the best part.
He was wearing a motorcycle outfit, like the guy in the Village People with the leather hat and the vest.
Village People.
I don't know. Fucking slanderous me.
He's always wrong, bro.
Let's take this in the back.
Yeah, that's what Vito did.
That's correct.
Who is this guy, bro? He showed up out of nowhere.
You know Vito was a Riccione.
Yes.
When?
I never said it, but I knew.
Enough of this rush to judgment. Before we know this fucking Sal guy's got a hard-on for Vito. There's a man's reputation at stake here.
A married man with kids.
That don't mean shit. Elton John was married.
Freddie Mercury.
Get Vito on the phone.
Ugh.
Called me the other night, 3 o'clock in the morning after the wedding. Honestly, it was weird. He wanted to know what was going on.
He was fucking fishing, see if we heard.
He's right.
Yeah.
One of my bar girls knows his gumad. We'll check with her. He's seen him and knows where he is. Eh? Lauren.
The big deal this is.
I know, it's insane.
Yeah.
So weight loss.
AIDS?
Oh, my God.
Nobody's got AIDS. I don't want to hear that word here again.
Federal prosecutor's office won't tell you why your son's being held?
Or where? It has been 4 days now since he's been arrested, and we have no money to hire a lawyer.
He is a good boy.
The FBI went to his school and took him like a criminal. This is America?
It's not easy to be Muslim now. They wouldn't let Afaf skate at the local rink unless she removed her headscarf.
You're kidding me, why?
They said it was for insurance. It might fall off and someone could trip.
If she had been wearing a yarmulke, it would have been a different story, you can bet.
Actually, it was a family from Afghanistan who fled the Taliban and sweated out visa lotteries in a refugee camp and hold down 3 jobs.
Jeez.
The FBI snatched their son off the street like we're some third world dictatorship.
There must have been some reason, Meadow.
Like he's a terrorist, maybe.
9/11, 9/11. Bush is using it as an excuse to erode our constitutional protections, and you're falling for it.
Let me ask you something. Those 2 Arabs with the credit cards, Fazul or whatever his name is, you think there's a chance they could be, I don't know, Al-Qaeda's?
You know, at one point it did cross my mind. I don't think so. They're gun nuts, but the smaller guy, Ahmed, when those Danish cartoons got published, he was very upset, but at the protesters. He said he hated the cartoons, but that the rioting shit would just bring bad attention to all Muslims. And the other guy, Mohammed, his brother's a government interrogator in Lebanon. Or Syria. Plus, Muhammad and his girlfriend have a dog.
He's got a dog. He's no terrorist.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Vito! What the f*** you doing?
Tony's looking for you.
For me?
He's been calling for fucking days.
My goddamn phone. Jesus. Everything all right?
You tell us.
I'm good. Tell Tony I'll call him.
It's better you come in.
Oh, boy.
Sure. You go ahead and I'll follow you.
What are you doing?
Knew he'd run away.
Lying piece of shit! Better not come around here no more!
I mean, that just confirms it, too. If he just played it cool, he maybe, potentially, could have gotten out of it.
Right.
So this is what I've been curious about. Like, do they whack him because of this? Like, is this a whackable offense?
Probably.
I hear Fat Vito's been riding up the Hershey Highway.
Where'd you get that?
The Hershey Highway.
That's crazy.
I've never heard that.
People went to see him. He was down the shore with his gumma.
So it's bullshit then.
As soon as he saw me, he took off like a bat on a hill. You didn't hear it from me.
It could be a midlife thing.
Sucking a cock.
Kids asleep?
They went to sleep about an hour ago.
Who the hell is this? Oh, it's the babysitter?
Yeah, seems like it.
He's dipping.
Bye-bye.
Wow.
Jeez.
Whoa.
He's not going to make it. We all know he's going to die. Oh, boy.
And he hasn't been eating this kind of stuff.
Right.
He's stressed.
Crazy thing to eat on a drive in the rain.
Right.
Not going to lie.
Phil Leotardo.
Yeah.
Keep your eyes on the road, buddy. Oh.
How's he doing?
Tossing the phone.
Wow.
Think he's actually going to get away?
I don't know.
He's going really fast.
He's cooking.
Oh, tree.
Yikes. He ran over a branch.
No way. You're just going to walk it. Did it puncture a tire or something? Like
Probably. Probably ripped his tire. Yeah, knew it.
You didn't even make it that far.
Hi, how you doing?
I need a room for the night.
I don't have anybody down for a reservation.
The sign said vacancy.
Oh, we have rooms. We usually don't get walk-ins. Glad to have you. Slow around here till the leaf peepers show up. Let me show you where we serve breakfast.
I just want to go to my room.
No problem. It's 140, breakfast included, MasterCard or Visa.
I'll pay cash. I'm just beat. That's all. My car broke down.
On a night like this, too. You know, my stepson runs the tow service. You want early morning, I can have your rig brought to the mobile.
Yeah? Black Cadillac. Route 228.
Got lucky you found a B&B just like randomly.
Yeah.
How far do we think he is? Like, how far is like the border of Jersey or the border to New Hampshire? That'd be a few hours.
That's deep.
No? It's pretty deep.
You got to go through.
That's far.
But you got to go through Mass.
I would think so. Or New York. I don't know.
So he likely went across Vermont into New Hampshire.
Oh, interesting.
It depends on the highways because sometimes they go this way. So maybe he went through Rhode Island, Mass, then New Hampshire, or straight.
Oh, I forgot about this house. I'm genuinely shocked they couldn't find anybody to come and approve this stuff.
I know, like a connection.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Carmela's going to be pissed.
I think she's going to come over and like try to make amends because aren't they fighting?
Yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't doing any other work in the house ever since.
It's just over at the house.
Oh, no,
Everything is gone.
Which house are you referring to?
The spec house. The PVC, the shake roof shingles, even that expensive lock on the shed is missing.
That's awful, Mel.
You don't know anything about this.
You left it there to rot.
With my husband on his deathbed.
Sarah Bernhardt.
You went over there and you picked through the place like a vulture.
You said you'd straighten out the permits with the building department, and you never did.
That is beside the point.
Carmela, what happened to my bunch man?
It was your fault the permits were denied in the first place.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to spray her, no?
For God's sake, that's what you are.
Carmela, wait.
No, let her go. I've had a lifetime of her bullshit.
Peterborough, New Hampshire. The number for Angelo Di Piazza.
No number listed, sir.
Could you try Roberta Spatafore?
I don't have anything for that listing, sir.
I'm trying to find my cousin. Could you search the whole state?
Sorry, sir.
Uh-oh.
How'd you guys make out in the storm?
We lost our lights in the middle of a cold case.
We thought we were gonna have to talk to each other or read a book.
The usual guys.
Are we boring?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Here's your Johnny cakes. I gotta warn you, they're addictive.
How's things going with you guys?
We have our ups and downs.
And in the romance department?
Excuse me? What's this all about?
It's awkward.
No offense, I really don't want to talk about this. Vito's a good father and a loving husband.
But his mind is elsewhere. He takes these unexplained powders.
He's got a Gumar, I know all about it.
You think she knows?
I don't think so.
I'm getting, like, I don't know.
You hear from him? Tell him I brought him blood, sweat, and tears tickets. Backstage passes, too.
She seems, like, oddly calm about the whole thing.
I'm telling you, my business, I'm around a lot of women. That one ain't getting laid.
Oh, found the phone.
Hello? Vito? Who? Put Vito on the phone, asshole.
You mother.
What are you, sucking his dick? Put him on.
I bet I kick your ass, you
Yeah, that's right. Telephone tough guy. Put Vito on the phone.
Look, there ain't no Vito, man. I found the phone on the side of the road.
What? Hang on a second.
Oh, it's mad funny.
What happened?
He said, hold on. That was great.
Starting to think Vito might get away. Like, this is
Yeah.
Put me down for $2,000 worth of body work and or paint.
2,000, mano an inch.
She's doing well.
Wow,
huh?
yeah.
Vito and Marie,
separated.
Oh, wow. Already?
They were just at the wedding. They seemed fine.
What'd I tell you? Actually, I had him pegged the whole time.
He's lying.
He's one of my most valuable guys. He's ambitious. He's focused. When I was in the hospital, he helped Carmelo tremendously when we were strapped.
Yeah, I don't think he liked that.
Your hospital stay was actually that costly?
Well, no, but, huh? Is that the issue?
You tell me, what is the issue?
He's a fat.
And?
Now, what am I supposed to do?
The delivery is crazy.
Oh my God, bro.
How do you feel about homosexuality?
I find it disgusting. Men kissing men, holding hands in the street. Every fucking TV show now, they rub your nose in it.
Wow, that was already the talk back then.
Well, all the lesbian thing with the Jennifer Beals. It's not bad.
I knew he was going to say something like that.
I don't give too much of a shit what people do behind closed doors with consenting adults. But don't forget, I'm a strict Catholic.
Yeah, sure.
The guys that work for me are asking for head. His head.
Oh, Jesus Christ. What a crazy slip of the tongue.
Now, some of these union old-timers, the contractors, they're not going to want to be seen with him. And I'm talking huge deals, major fucking dollars.
A lot of your circle must have done jail time. They can't be strangers to male-male sexual contact.
Ooh, she went there.
Well, you're going to pay us for that.
Well, that's nice.
No way.
What are you going to do? There's no women there. You're there 5, 10 years. Just for the record, my incarceration was very short term, so I never had any need for any anal,
He's really crazy.
You think I'm lying, don't you? About when I was in jail.
Yeah.
Why is he going there?
Sounds like he had some sort of experience with something.
Something inside me says, God bless, I salute. Who gives a shit? When I had a second chance, well, why shouldn't he?
Part of your new outlook?
Maybe.
I salute it then.
It's all fucking order, I'll tell you that.
How so?
You can talk about every day being a gift and stopping to smell the roses. But regular life's got a way of picking away at it. Your house, the shit you own, it drags you down. Your kids, what they want. One bad idea after another. Trying to work a cell phone menu is enough to make you scream.
Look, Tone, I haven't wanted to bug you, but before you got hurt, you said you would get that building inspector to cut me some slack so I could get back to my business.
Oh, yeah, right. I will.
Imagine lying next to a guy 15 years and all the time he's been playing for the pink team.
Who told you? Tony swore me to secrecy.
I'm not gonna burn my sources. Anyway, it's all over the place.
Wow, bro, this is making rounds.
Yeah. Oh,
quickly.
Obviously.
Yeah.
They're like Brazilians, bro. They yap.
Yeah.
It's going to come out.
Yeah.
I just hope she gets herself tested.
Still Vito? I mean, he'd be like the last one you'd suspect.
You sure about that?
Oh. It's going to go back to that moment, and she's going to be like, wow.
Yep.
Vito's a family man. All that stuff. Remember that?
What about Vito?
Yep.
Nothing. Him and Maria having some problems, that's all.
I can probably guess.
Excuse me?
I'm not going first.
Do you know something?
She's playing it well.
Okay. He is possibly gay.
Ben saw him giving some guy a blowjob.
What?
When Dad got him that job in construction, Finn showed up early one morning and he saw Vito in a car going down on some security guard.
Oh my God! Why didn't you say something?
Because Vito warned Finn not to.
Sitting on the park bench.
He's going to be pissed.
Oh.
You gotta hear what Meadow just told us.
Mom!
Yo, they love that.
Good Lord.
Bro, this is crazy. They love the tea.
Oh, no. They
love the tea.
They brought the poor kid.
Oh, yikes.
This is bad.
Listen up.
Oh, God.
Tell them what you saw. Don't be scared. It's all right, dear.
Yo, he's so
How are you not going to feel intimidated?
Right?
Literally. This man's moving to New Hampshire.
Nah, he's got to go farther than that. That's too close.
Head all the way to Vermont, my friend.
Bro, go to Canada.
Where that? Head to Toronto.
Morning.
He's out of New York. People are friendly.
True.
Oh, no. I don't like that he was staring at the water like that.
Let me ask you a question. Before he cornered you in the porta potty, when the security guard was sucking him off.
Well, it was the other way around.
What?
Vito was blowing the security guard.
Son of a bitch! Catching, not pitching.
He's not gonna know I told you?
You ain't gonna have no problem from Vito. Believe me.
What are you gonna do?
It'll be okay. Get him to pay for some therapy.
Yeah, okay.
Chris was pretty quick with that thought, by the way.
I want to kill the fat f***ing myself.
Oh,
Be a
gosh.
fucking honor. Cut off his piece of deal and feed it to him.
I can't believe I stuck up for him. I feel like I've been stabbed in the heart.
This guy's so dramatic. Paulie's so dramatic. It's always about him.
He's got to go. I want to think about it.
Yeah, I don't know. What the fuck? What is there to think about?
Sit down.
Fuck that, I'll say it again. What the fuck is there to think about?
You gonna take care of his kids? After he's gone?
It's true. They didn't do nothing. Poor little guys.
It's true. It's just more like on them.
Mm-hmm.
How much more betrayal can I take?
Oh my God, bro. He's so melodramatic.
Vito a big construction tycoon. When he was always talking about greasing the union, who knew that's what he meant?
I think Tony's over the jokes.
This stays in these four walls. Understood?
Yeah, well, now Meadow already told Carmela and Ro, so like...
My cousin he married, making a mockery of the whole sacrament.
That's why Phil was calling him.
I mean, don't all guys in the mob make a mockery of the sacrament?
Pretty
They all
much.
have Gumars.
Pretty much. Making a mockery of the sacrament.
Don't all of them?
Good point.
Vito was seen in a car with a man. I don't want to get graphic beyond that. The idea of it repulses me so much. We can't be in denial no more, much as we love him. Where do you think he might have gone, honey? So we can get him back here. Get him to do something about it.
Don't tell him. They're not going to bring him back.
Angie here?
She's doing something sketchy. Angie.
Angie?
Yeah.
Airbags, chrome rims.
Oh, hi. Colin, hi. I'm sorry, am I interrupting something? I'm here for the free bodywork certificates for the auction.
Oh, that's right.
But if you're busy,
This will just take another sec.
She's running some mob stuff in her business.
Under the table, though?
Yeah.
Like, does Tony know about this?
I don't know.
how do you know?
Angie told me.
She didn't tell me.
Probably because of Tony. Maybe he didn't want you to know something like that. Me and my big mouth.
He's got enough money to do that, huh?
Oh, don't give Carmela any ideas.
Successful with that body shop, so.
Oh.
Our grandmothers did it.
She's going to want to do something.
Yeah,
She's going to want to put up a front.
I salute, right?
She's one of us. Now it's like she's one of them.
Putting you in charge of all construction business. Replacing Vito.
Holy shit.
Guys respect you across the board. You've done real good with the ports.
Thank you, Tom. Since you took enough for me to give me this responsibility, I might as well be the one to say it.
I skipped the preambles.
The guys at Vito's crew, they say if he was to come back, they refuse to take orders from him.
Oh, they do?
Not only that, a couple of the other captains won't talk to him. I don't disagree. And Paulie especially. Now that he's accepted it, hey, he's the most out for Vito's scalp.
Well, it's not their fucking decision who they work with. Fucking Vito, through sheer hard work, turned himself into my best earner. I don't even know if I'd have the new boat without him. He's a come-from-behind kind of guy.
That line has to have been structured purposefully that way.
There's no way, dude. There's no way.
But some people feel it's against our principles, Tom. A sin.
Let's be honest with ourselves here. We all know Vito's not the first.
So there have been others.
I'm sure.
What? It's 2006. There's pillow biters in the special forces.
Let me just ask you, Tom. Sake of argument. Let's say he shows up. You gonna kiss this guy on both cheeks?
Oh my God, bro.
Take Paulie, okay? You know perfectly well, guys like him never kick up their full percent to you. You look the other way, price of doing business. But you cut Vito slack now that he's out of the closet. Just the excuse people need to go off the reservation. Start withholding serious money.
Let me read in peace, will you?
That's how I know you're right.
Yeah, unfortunately, he is right.
I can't believe this is just one case.
Raffaella Martino, I'm the lead attorney on this mess.
Oh, Meadow Soprano.
I'm Michael Kardish. I work with Ray.
Hi.
The Soprano came highly recommended.
Well, this is really interesting, too. Of course, it's different than the kind of thing we see at the law center. Clients there are so trampled and abused.
Welcome to white collar fraud.
Oh. Hey.
Wow.
Ain't no way.
Tony Soprano's kid.
Are they getting her for intel?
I don't know. White collar crime?
Did you by any chance talk to the building inspector about my house?
Shit, I forgot.
Man's doing pool workouts.
Yeah, it's good
Love
stuff,
it.
bro.
Yeah.
Metal detectors, frisking. My father with the shoes. It was pure harassment.
Yeah, but the guy's lucky they even let him out.
Oh, so white-collar criminals can destroy people's lives and steal their pensions, and it's no big deal to you.
Let's talk about something else.
No, let's talk about it. So we can stop with the macaroni cracks. Weird, since you're part Italian yourself.
Please, my dad is so deracinated.
Yeah, the way he prefers it. All those hysterical jokes about Italian cheeses and smelly feet.
Why are you picking a fight?
I'm not, but you're slamming my family. I don't know.
This is good shit. You weren't there for the Grand Inquisition about Vito.
I knew it. I'm picking the fight.
I was in the back of a butcher shop with your Uncle Paulie ratting out a guy I don't really even know. I mean, what do you think's gonna happen to Vito for being gay? And don't give me any of that poverty of the mezzogiorno bullshit. We're in fucking Caldwell, New Jersey, and you're on your high horse about justice. They are gonna meet it out themselves.
This is untenable.
All right, what's the cliffhanger here?
Because like, how are they gonna find him?
He's gonna run into somebody who knows somebody here or something.
Here's your path, Vito.
This is nice. Yeah, that's Bonita, arts and crafts movement. I really don't know much about this stuff. Well, you've got a good eye. It's the most expensive piece in the store. You're a natural.
Oh, God. I don't think he can stay.
He might be able to get away.
Because remember, he was calling the operator, trying to find, like, family members of his. So, like, obviously, when Phil was asking his wife, like, oh, where do you think he went? You know, she could be like, he has family in New Hampshire.
Yeah.
And it was all centered around Vito and him coming out of the closet and
being outed.
Being outed, yes, being outed. Not him doing it, but being outed. And it caused a lot of drama. And I think I found the episode first time watching very ironic with the way that they were speaking about the situation and how they wanted to kill him, and they were saying how he had committed a sin, and I'm like, y'all do that every day as well.
Yeah, breaking the sacrament.
Yeah, breaking the sacrament of marriage and that aspect. But also seeing just how it really affects the entire mob because of this. Because it you had his guys talking about how they were not going to take orders from him anymore. They were not going to listen to him if he came back. And I'm just wondering, with Abe, this entire episode, like, what do you think this episode represented and what it brought out, you know, the dynamics of the mob?
Yeah, I think you hit it. Like, it really is about the irony. Like, I think that there were two things of, like, there were a couple different themes of irony in here, but the Vito one was like the biggest one across like the mob and their morals and, you know, their kind of backwards morals in general. But I also remember the beginning of the episode where Meadow is bringing up the Arab family that their, you know, kid was taken by the FBI, etc. And Tony just kind of jumps to conclusions that those guys are terrorists and whatever. And it's like the exact same stereotype that they like always hate, although it's kind of true, about like Italians being mobsters, right? And to me, it's like always showing the irony of like sometimes in these worlds, like when you have a community that's so close knit where everybody is from the same background, everybody, you know, commits to the same ideals, like you're in this kind of bubble and you don't realize how ironic maybe some of your morals or your ways of life are in comparison to, you know, what you hate or what you dislike on the outside. And I think that's what the entire episode was about. And I think that it was really intriguing to see how Tony reacted to a lot of it because, again, talking about the first example that I gave, started asking Christopher about the guys that he knew that are Arab and started to almost get an opinion of like, maybe they're not as bad as I'm making them out to be. And then at the end of this episode, we see Tony basically defending Vito and you know, not like going to bat for him, but trying to be like, all right, nobody has the right to kill him. Nobody has the right to like go after him, persecute him at this point. And he's like trying to be protective. And I even think like, you know, the part of the sins piece that came up when he was talking to Carlo about the promotion, getting Vito's work. I think the whole point of that was Tony being able to say like, I think he almost alluded to like, don't you find it a little bit ironic that people were so concerned about this sin in comparison to the other things that happened? And also, most likely he wasn't the first. Like there's definitely other guys that have done this. So yeah, to me, I think you hit it. It's all about irony. And I'm curious to see if Tony's like actually opening his eyes to the irony or if it's just something that he's like trying to his best to ignore and not bring into, you know, his own world, his own worldview and morality and all that stuff.
Charlie, what do you think this episode represented to you?
A lot of it I was comparing to when we had the situation with Tony B. And I was just seeing like the differences there of like basically this witch hunt. You know, one guy killing someone's brother out of retaliation, and then one guy is just he's gay. He didn't harm anybody, didn't do anything. And just like how aggressively they're pursuing this. Because with Tony B, like people were like upset and whatever, and they wanted Tony to do something about it, but they kind of were just like, you know, they said it once and kind of just let Tony handle the rest. And it was just mostly an internal battle with Tony versus this, like everyone's very much outspoken about it. Like everyone has an opinion and they're like, you know, you need to do this. We can't put up with that, whatever. Obviously Tony is torn, doesn't know quite what to do in the situation. And that's very similar as well with the situation with Tony B. But yeah, that's what I found interesting is like, you know, one guy clearly violated, you know, something and killed the other's brother. So you know what the written rule is, what you have to do. But with this one, it's just like the guy's gay. Someone saw him at a gay bar.
Yeah.
Cool. You know, he's your biggest earner. You know, he works hard. He's ambitious, whatever. All the stuff that Tony was saying about him. But now everybody's like, everybody wants to, basically, everyone wants it to do it themselves.
Yeah.
You know, they want to be the one to kill him.
Yeah. I think that speaks to, again, to the theme of irony. And I think two other examples of the irony that I felt in this episode is one, Meadow. At the end there, the scene with Finn and she's talking about white collar crime and like, you know, I think she's kind of almost being like, it's disgusting what these guys can get away with and whatever. And she's not even like looking internally at it. And Finn's calling her out, rightfully so. But again, like you're in your little bubble and you think that, you know, your world is fine and you can go ahead and attack other worlds and think that, you know, you can point the finger but can't take it, you know. So I saw that as one piece of irony. I think the other piece that's ironic is like Tony is defending Vito without even realizing like how much Vito was a little bit plotting in the background.
I was gonna bring that up.
like we saw multiple episodes where Vito was almost like, you know, well, if Tony's out of capacity, then like someone should step up. I could be that guy, you know, making the face, handing the money over to Carm, and Carm realizing like he's pretty ambitious. Be careful. And it's interesting how Tony is like defending that again, like. You really can't trust anybody, and it feels like morality is like out the window at this point. Like, what is right and wrong is like so hard to put your finger on and understand in this world, and I think that was part of the purpose of the episode.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
like weird how I'm gonna say it, but like Vito being outed and the way that he was, you know, coming for the throne for Tony, and him not realizing it yet. And now the whole situation has now fixated on his sexuality and no one's really paying attention to the fact that he was working behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Is that kind of like a blessing in disguise for Tony?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he has no idea how much of a blessing in disguise I think it is. I mean, who knows if Vito would have actually been able to take that position in general. But, you know, now there is no threat. And Tony has no idea how much, you know, Vito was potentially a threat or wasn't. So,
yeah.
Right.
And, you know, now we probably knew before, but maybe it didn't, you know, sink in. But we know now, like, Phil and Vito were connected through Vito's wife and whatever. So, like, he has other ends, other places that, like, he could have, you know, exercised influence and power and whatever. So, yeah, I agree. I think that this is kind of a blessing in disguise for Tony.
Yeah. We also saw Carmela in this episode, and we're back to that same narrative of her, I think, wanting to work more and, you know, find a career and
have some independence.
Yes, exactly. Have some independence. And we saw it through Barb. Was it Barb?
Angie,
sorry, excuse me. We saw it through Angie and her working in the car shop, and we see that she's putting money out in the streets. And Carmela's like, wait, you know, our grandmothers did it. Like, why can't we do it? So I'm wondering with Charlie, what is now standing out to you with Carmela heading towards that direction? What do you think, you know, lies ahead for her?
I mean, I just see her potentially getting involved in some of the stuff that Tony does, not like with him, most likely behind his back, which I don't think is wise. I think if anything, maybe you talk to him about it and see like if you can convince him to allow you to do it, be part of the family business, I guess. Which I still don't think Tony would allow it, but it's interesting that she is just considering this route now, because it's getting very difficult for her to finish her dream home project and all these obstacles. So I guess the idea of going to taking courses to become a real estate agent and all that went out the window, and it's easier to just, I don't know, put your money.
She's got to find a venture though.
Yeah, put her money on the streets to figure.
Yeah, and I think that she like has been interested in finding some sort of venture. Like she thought about real estate for a hot minute, and it almost feels like that's still where her mind is, because she built that spec home and was trying to get that all figured out. But I also think that like she also knows that she doesn't 100% have Tony's support in that way. So it's like she can't be all in because she needs Tony's support to be able to do that. So yeah, I thought that was interesting. And also the fact that like, I don't know, I think she feels a little bit betrayed, because it feels like her and Tony have been having a really good relationship as of late. And now she realizes that Angie is in with Tony's guys and she had no idea, and Tony's not helping her with the stuff that she wants to do. So
right.
They were seemingly in a really good place, and now it feels like it was another bump. Not as bad as we've seen in the past, but still, I think there's a little bit of feeling like there's a lack of trust from Tony on Carmela's part.
She can't. Like Tony's just neglecting her desires, right? She's asking for help on this one thing. And he's like, "Oh, I'll do it later," and it's like, "Did you do it? Oh, I forgot."
Yeah.
So he clearly is not making it a priority,
right,
or is even really thinking about it. So at this point, she probably feels like she has to take it into her own hands and do it herself.
Yeah.
So,
and we'll see what that actually means. Find out.
Yeah. And yeah, live free or die, New Hampshire. I'm wondering if what stood out to you in that saying. I know it could be right in your face, live free or die, but if there's anything else you guys want to add with that symbolism aspect.
Yeah, I think it's funny because, again, I think going back to the irony theme, it's like everybody thinks about that, like live free or die. But like in every political climate we have seen, like people think about that for themselves and people that are like them. But then people that are different, they don't necessarily exercise that same feeling. And I think we saw that in multiple examples in this episode specifically. So to me, the whole live free or die thing is this kind of ironic statement that people like to use until it becomes something that's hard for them to digest or hard for them to rationalize for other groups that they don't understand. So thought it was good. Obviously, he goes to New Hampshire. So the motto makes sense there. New England probably perceived as a little bit more liberal than maybe Jersey in that space, especially, the Jersey community that they live in. They're probably a lot more conservative. So yeah, I think it's like for Vito, maybe a new beginning, but who knows if they'll be able to find him.
Right.
We shall see.
It seems like he's finding peace and maybe community within this place that he's in New Hampshire.
Yeah, it seems like they're alluding to that. Yeah.
Yeah. He's like seeing, other gay couples and like, I guess, identifying other gay men in certain places, and also he's appreciating like the scenery and just like the calmness and quiet of everything.
Yeah.
So I think that's the other meaning on the live free or die. Like, this is where I can be free. The other option is to die. Like, if I go back, I'm dead.
That's also true. Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see if he stays there. I do think New Hampshire is a little too close.
You gotta keep going, brother.
Home. I think he's got to keep moving.
Nova Scotia.
Yeah.
Keep it pushing.
Yeah. And we'll see the consequences of his actions because, again, he is leaving his wife and his kids.
Yeah.
And I think I wonder if that's going to loom on him and if he's going to feel really bad about it and guilty about that as well.
Yeah.
If that will make him go back. I wonder how they're going to play with his narrative.
We'll find out.
And yeah. With that being said, y'all, thank you so much for joining us for another Tony Tuesday, and see you soon for another Tony Tuesday. Stay beautiful, y'all.
See ya.